Welcome, Feywild buddies. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, chat. Nice to see a couple people already in there. Wonderful. Tonight is the fourth session of our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. I may be mother to cats, but here I am Mo to these lovely cast members on Thursdays. Welcome, chat. Welcome, cats. And let's get started. On to a few announcements real quick. We usually go through the week in order, and I have the unique opportunity as Thursday night DM to wish Scribe a happy early birth on Saturday, buddy. Happy early
Oh,
birth. For you, a short but meaningful birthday rhyme is as follows. Birthdays are great, birthdays are bold. Scribe's stories are wonders to behold. One of the greatest truths ever told. Enjoy your time off, bud. You deserve it.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. And actually, this week, fortunately, Scrod is cut off from sucking this week while we take a break on Sunday because of the birthday in our midst. That took a shockingly long time to come up with. But tune in on Wednesday for the Unbroken Veil New Orleans, as usual, and this campaign in the Witchlight Carnival cycles back around on Thursdays. Also, wouldn't you know it, we do have a merch store still. I have it on good authority that our mugs hold a variety of beverages, including tea. Speaking of not, or on purpose, spilling the tea, we do have a Discord. There we share happenings and only the freshest and hottest goss in our community. Everyone is welcome, as always. Not to mention, we also have a map of the carnival there. If you all want to go and follow along with where the players are choosing to go this evening, they'll have a couple choices to go through. So, with that, my lovely cast is involved in very cool things outside of Indigo Chameleon. Damien, go ahead whenever you're ready, buddy. We'll start with you.
What I mainly do is show up here and be fantastic creatures or characters or other things and have fun with all of you present. I also do stream on my channel playing video games and eventually we'll be doing D&D there, but that's all that I do.
Fair enough. Bay, Adina, go ahead with your stuff, buddy.
Yeah, I do this on Thursday nights, and I just ended with Cobalt Press, the Thrones and Bones channel on Sunday, but for now, I'm playing here on Thursday nights, and my Twitter, if you want to see my shenanigans, is @podfanatic, but I don't suggest it.
I mean, I think your tweets are funny, buddy. Don't put yourself down like that.
I don't suggest.
Come at your own
Also,
risk.
huge thanks to everybody. For some reason, Scribe, I really don't know what level of the Matrix you're in this evening, but I mean, I consider you to be in cosplay. Everybody's in cosplay tonight, which is hilarious, and I love it so much. I've got clown makeup on, and I don't like clowns, so that's my contribution. Um, but honestly, that brings us to last week's brief and mostly accurate recap. Um, last week we had riddles on riddles, the mirror effect, if you will. If you were there, you know, you know. Turns out players can pass out if they spend too long looking into one. Lofus, I was doing my rewatch last week, buddy, and you get DM inspiration this session since I wrongly let Bay slap your hand out of the way. 17 and 18, I must have flipped them in my head or something. But I mean, do you want to share with the class what you would have done if you would have touched the mirror? I mean, I feel so bad about it. I was like, how did I manage to do that?
I did get to touch the mirror at some point and it was solid, so
Right.
same thing.
All right, cool. Loose ends, consider them tied. Fabulous. But other than that, like I said, take DM inspiration this week. Anyway, my mistake, my friend. Won't happen again. Don't know where my head was at. This campaign was also the home turf for our snail racing extravaganza. What a great time. Her Majesty did come in first, Robin as the rider. Gunther, who can't be with us this evening, as you see, out questing on his little his screen there. Great job with our little group chat coming up with multiple frogs to use for that today. Glad we decided on one, guys. That was
It was a little touch and go there for a little bit,
Little
but
touch and go. But Gunther did come in last week. I just want to mention that while he's not here to get red in the face, but he got a consolation prize that he immediately used. So that was fun. Speaking of Gunther, though, that brings us all to this week. As you all are starting to shuffle towards the big top tent, as I assume you are after the trampling of Robin that briefly happened. Yes, we are all traveling towards the big top tent for the big top extravaganza, correct?
yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. As you all start to shuffle forward, you all notice as Gunther is grabbed in the crowd, the small frog disappears as three hands, one gray, one blue, one green, familiar to everyone here, grab his arms from both sides, and you can all see that the mist beneath your feet that naturally coats the ground at this Witchlight extravaganza grows thick with green for a moment as Gunther appears to dissipate into the crowd as mist himself, almost. As this is happening, though, Thoe, you do hear a small voice coming from the Candlekeep bag. Oh hey, how's you doing? This is your buddy, just checking in to make sure everything's doing okay for you up there. You know, any interesting things happening? Just so you know, this is Gertrude. I know you can't see my face.
Right. Well, I suppose, I mean, there's always something interesting happening. I guess it could be argued. I mean, isn't everything a little bit interesting? Are you asking for something specific?
No, I mean,
our frog just disappeared. That's probably interesting, Gunther.
Okay, well, this might be a slightly bad time then, huh?
I mean, yes. I mean, unless he's with you. I mean, unless you're calling me to tell me that he's there.
Oh no, Zelith was just busy. She's running another errand for me. Just making sure that you know you have full contact with us at any waking moment. I'm gonna go back to filing though, if you wouldn't mind. So you can go find your friend. Have a great time.
Okay, there was a snail race too.
And you hear a little, as almost like she's hanging up a phone. Thoe, are you telling the rest of the group what happened? This was kind of like the one-on-one for you.
Yes, no, absolutely. Gertrude called. I'm still not sure quite how it works, but anyway, just if anything was interesting, what's going on, reinforce that we can go there, or at least talk to them. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps we should try. I don't know.
Remind me who Gertrude is again?
You know it, Candlekeep at the library?
Right, yes. Sorry, I forgot that. I'm not good with names when I don't see their face. I'm just saying.
It's okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Good old big type.
Is anyone else here slightly disturbed at what just happened to Gunther? Just sort of being swallowed up by the crowd.
I feel like we should be more concerned than how we reacted. You are right. But no.
All right. Mother Cats, did we recognize the hands? Like, do we know what exactly happened there?
Those look an awful lot like the hands you guys saw in the mirror last session between the three individuals that were in the mirror while you guys were playing the dice game.
Oh, thanks. I hate it.
Exactly.
All right.
But I'm also kind of in a fighting mood, so if we want to do that, but I also don't want to go alone.
Bay, I don't think I've ever known you when you weren't in a fighting mood.
Fair enough.
Let us not forget, he is a Von Gunther. He can pull through this, with or without our help.
That's true. If there was anybody that would travel to a mirror realm and come out the other side, it's someone of the Van Gunther clan. So, all right. Then...
Right, so should we be going back to the mirror and see if we can find out? I mean, I don't want to just completely ignore this, but also...
Part of me feels like he did it on purpose.
Just as a reminder, you all were given the information from Gunther last week after he kind of surveyed the crowd, or maybe it was the session before, kind of looking for any other rogue happenings, I suppose. And he did see these people in the flesh before. So, putting the pieces together, you guys might not need to be as nervous as you think you should be.
Sure.
I'm just reminding you guys because that was probably a couple sessions ago.
It was. It was. Now that I think about it, listening to the little voice inside my head, we probably don't need to be as nervous about this as we're all getting. Perhaps Gunther will catch up with us at a suitable time. Let's head to the big top. I'm really interested in seeing everything that's going on, and it only happens, I think, once a night. So I trust Gunther's abilities.
I'm gonna be sad that he misses it, but let's go. Boing.
Alrighty. Absolutely. As you guys all file into the big top, the green of Gunther's remnants, as far as you guys know, swirling around your feet as you continue forward. You guys enter the big top tent for the second time this evening, but this time the attitude is much different. Before, when everything was just getting started, when folks were still buying their tickets to enter the Witchlight Carnival to begin with, there wasn't as much going on. But now, every single stand surrounding the center ring is taken up by a performer. The crowds are filling the seats. It looks like they're going to be overflowing very soon. And the lights dim. A hush falls over the crowd. Are you all taking seats? Are you kind of bystanding so you're closer to the floor area? You have a couple of choices. You don't necessarily have to bury yourself, among the crowd, as it were.
I know that Robin would try to go to the standing room only. Like head towards the sort of the closer to the stage. But give a small nod to everyone as to say, like, feel free to have a seat, but I want to get up in the thick of it, because we have no idea what's happening here.
So Lovis would find the nearest seat after the nod of information and kick his feet up if possible, and if he can't, he will just, rest his feet somewhere.
Lofus, this is up to you. It's kind of like a movie theater situation, but an opening night movie theater situation where if you want to take a seat and put your feet up on the seat in front of you, you know that you will be taking the seat that someone else could use and possibly has purchased a ticket for. Even though
she's like, "Do you want to be that guy? Like, do you?"
No, not
well,
Nicole.
The fates have decided I will not be that guy.
All right. I do need to make it clear, though, no ticket punches needed for entry. That was just a euphemism. But that's probably a good choice on your part, Lofus. Thank you. Zoe and Bay, what about you guys?
Well, as soon as Robin looks decisive about where he's going, she's going to follow him to the standing room area, even though that makes her incredibly nervous, and that can be seen on her face. But he is probably the most likely one to either get up on that stage or get himself into trouble, and she'd rather be in close range to help if needed.
Perfect. Alrighty, Bay, you're last, bud.
Is there a seat next to Lofus?
There still is, yes.
Okay, Bay's gonna sit next to Lofus, but lack the common courtesy and put his feet on the seat.
Naturally, big fuzzy toes sticking straight up, and you see as
it could be a cushion depending on who's sitting on them, so...
I mean, you're lucky enough, Bay, I'll say this, a very confused child that won't quite meet the top of the seat in the stands, kind of takes a seat in front of you, looking back, his little eyes peering over the top, and he'll tickle your feet a little bit to try and get you to move, but clearly seeing that you're more resilient than this, he'll just turn back around and hunker down with his can of popcorn. So, a second later, before you can even do anything about this kid, Robin and Zoe, before you guys can enjoy the standing room, Lofus, before you can make any more decisions, a spotlight illuminates a lithe elven figure standing in a silver hoop that is suspended above the center ring by silver silk ropes. This elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond pane mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings, much like you all. And his scepter that he holds in his right hand is topped with a spinning vane, much like it were windy as all heck outside. And he states, "Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light, prepared to be delighted." And he looks around at everybody, kind of winking and doing a
Robin
half
goes
smile.
nuts, applauding as like delight. His name, Mr. Light, delighted. Yeah.
Okay, well, as you probably erupt in joy, your whole demeanor changes, the crowd explodes with laughter, excitement, the entire tent seems to light up with everybody's excitement for this evening, and you guys see spotlights begin to take hold at the various acts surrounding Mr. Light in the center ring. We have got everybody has name tags on, so we see Burley the Bugbear performing feats of strength, probably against someone else. We've got Palasha, the mermaid, who is serenading the audience from a clamshell bathing pool. We've got Candlefoot the mime, who plays silent games with probably front row audience members one at a time. We've got fairy dragons. I mean, your fairy dragon can join in if you want, Thoe. Just kind of, they're synchronizing flying. They've got their tails going with streamers attached to the ends. If you want to let her go, you can. She'll probably just, there's not really much training involved here. They kind of look like they're just occupying the airspace in a calm way. Are you guys just observing? There are fire breathers, funny enough, Robin.
Is there like any carnival workers close by to ask? Are there like stage attendants and things of that sort?
I will say probably next to everybody there is like a Witchlight hand guard, just making sure that nobody interrupts them or steps in their space to get hurt, because some of these acts do look rather complicated, and do not require audience participation.
This is a team, right? Like this looks like this is the jam right here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We lost Tracy.
We lost an indigo.
Oh.
There she is.
Look at my eyeball. Oh, there we go.
Tracy, you're okay? Can you hear us?
Yeah. I didn't know if that was me or if it was everybody else, but it was probably me. I gotta get out.
It's all good, buddy.
Everything got wonky and just kind of froze up. But it was just one square at first, and then it kind of went to everybody else. Sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah, you see, funny enough, dressing room attendant number 1 is the closest guy next to you, Robin.
Okay. I will just sort of whisper and be like, is this happens every night? The performers that just live here just perform?
Yeah. You got a problem with it?
No, I love it. It's remarkable.
All right. For some reason, I think you have all, and he looks over at dressing room attendant number 2. Is it ulterior motives? And dressing room attendant number 2 looks at him and kind of furiously nods before dressing room attendant number 1 resumes his confident stance. Yeah, ulterior motives.
No interior or ulterior motives, I assure you.
All right. And he kind of looks up at Mr. Light, who instantly looks back at him, very strange. And Mr. Light gives him a wink, and with his free hand, his left hand that is not holding his scepter, kind of makes a sweeping go ahead motion. And dressing room attendant number 2 looks at you, Robin, also nods, does a sweeping motion, and gestures to dressing room attendant number 1. Oi! Looks like you got a spot if you want it.
Oh, me?
Yeah, who else?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, there's a little, like a raised, it's not a partition. It's not a raised platform. That's the word I'm looking for. On the floor, probably 10 feet away from you if you want to go stand on it.
How
Robin,
close is it? How close is it to Mr. Light?
Mr. Light is kind of swinging from this ring. He has yet to all the way come down to the floor. So you're probably 50 feet away. He's pretty high up.
Okay, this is gonna change completely what I do. Because
If you want, you can gesture for Mr. Light to lower himself so you're a little bit closer.
I would gesture for Mr. Light to lower himself and probably do one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Because I don't know, but Mr. Light's putting out leadership vibes. But the minute he lowers himself, if he does lower himself, I'm going to change into Mr. Light. I'm going to change in the space into Mr. Light. I might as well poke a wee bit of fun at Mr. Light, right? He's the leader of this. There's nothing fun like making light of the boss. So as he starts to lower down a bit, I will change my appearance.
Okay.
To be that of Mr. Light.
Sure. His brow on the left side of his face instantly furrows as his right brow raises almost to the ceiling, if his darn huge forehead had a ceiling. And as he stares at you, his scepter in his right hand kind of leans forward so it's pointing at you, the vein at the end spinning profusely as he nods.
I'll look at him and be like, well, aren't you a handsome fellow?
Oh. Flattery will get you everywhere. And he kind of does a spin.
Yeah.
And kicks his leg out.
I will cast fly on myself and do the same sort of try to start playing a game of mirror with Mr. Light. Realizing that I am missing a vital component of this. I just want to start almost doing a copying movements of Mr. Light at two different sides of a coin sort of thing here.
Okay. So listen, I don't have another silver hoop suspended by silk ropes to give you. But I do have one of the swinging bars that the trapeze artists use.
Absolutely.
To lower from the ceiling as a witchlight hand from above notices that you're trying to contribute more than you are.
I say, where did you get that staff?
Family heirloom. And he kind of grins.
Is it one of a kind?
How'd you guess?
I just had an idea. You have to be careful about claiming when something is one of a kind, just in case it isn't. And Robin will use an ability that he has never used before. As a bard of creation, once a day, he can manifest an object in his hand.
Okay.
Robin is going to use his Song of Creation and create a staff that does not have any of the magical properties, but looks like Mr. Light's staff, but just bigger.
Okay. I'll give you a little description of your new rod there, Robin.
Okay. I feel like, should we have everyone else turn their cameras off? Or like, is this like...
Gee whiz. Tracy. Oh gosh, I love this group so much. This ornate rod that you have created for yourself is topped by a pair of butterfly wings. That is the vein that spins on the top, much like all the butterfly wings that you all were handed by Nicholas at the ticket booth. And it incorporates bits of red glass into its length, kind of swirling around like a candy cane. His weighs 3 pounds. If yours is bigger, I'm gonna say probably 5, so you're gonna have a slightly more difficult time like leaning it, waving it around like he does. We're talking it's a little bit larger than a paperweight at this point.
It's worth it for the bit for me. If it's just slightly bigger, like just.
Okay. Well, what else are you doing, Robin? Because Mr. Light is just kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen like silk dancers do their kind of like letting themselves fall from the silk and twirling their legs in it. He is doing all of that to try and put on a little bit of a show. Sometimes instead of twirling his leg in the silk, he'll do his staff with the vein at the end and kind of let himself drop. So he's hanging on by the vein.
I don't want to piss off the boss too much. I really feel like I'm like stretching things. So I'm gonna try to imitate the moves he's doing, but F up every time. So if I'm hanging on the little rope, like I'm gonna slip a little bit and be like, it's fine, and like hold the staff. If he does a move where he kind of goes down to the ground, I'll go down on the ground and kind of like smack my face and just do like almost like a slapstick performance, like. Here's the good version, and then here's the slightly off-balance version, almost like commedia dell'arte, like clowning, so that it doesn't matter what language you speak. You just see, like, here's the good one, and here's the not good one, to emphasize that. And that way, if anybody else has other things that they want to do, that's fine, but just occasionally in the background, I'll get some laughs from the crowd, but people can also admire the expertise. And does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Your somewhat synchronized act is getting very good press right now. Everybody in the stands is kind of whispering to each other like, this is all great, we've heard about all this, but now that's something else.
Whoopsie dude.
And Mr. Light, upon, feeling as if he has gotten enough and wants to give some of the other performers a bigger spotlight, will rescind himself back a little bit closer to the ceiling so that you guys aren't the center of the show anymore. And he will actually move his spotlight more so it's just illuminating him, not making him a focus in the center of the ring. And you guys see, eventually eyes will come off of you two and regather amongst those down below.
I'll do the traditional spotlight bit. Like, if there's a spotlight on me, like, I'll stand off to the side and bow and realize I'm in the wrong spot. And as the spotlight goes to catch up, I'll step over to the side in the dark and bow. But then, like, on that third one, when the spotlight finally catches me, I'll snap my fingers to give a clue to cut off right before they see me bow in the spotlight. And then I'll move back into the stands next to Thoe.
You swear from down below you can hear dressing room attendant number 1 groan as he...
Great.
Oh, I never seen that before.
Yeah.
And, kind of sarcastically, and he goes, "Argh," and he looks over at you, and he's a little jealous of the spotlight. You can tell by the look on his face. Mr. Light, I will say, can sense, judging by where Robin was looking in the crowd. Probably, Robin, you were trying to, please your friends just as much as the rest of the audience, making eye contact.
Thoe, Lofus, and Bay.
A wink or two, you know how it goes.
When he comes back, I'm going to say, I really don't understand what the point of that was. That could have gone terribly wrong.
Well, I mean, what's the use of doing anything? Couldn't anything you do go terribly wrong at any moment?
Well, yes, but what was the point?
To have fun, Thoe. To let loose, to make people laugh, to entertain you, to entertain Lofus and Bay. Someone just yelled something from the back where they're sitting in the seats, but I think it sounded like show off. But they're absolutely right as well.
I can hear you.
So what I would like
have
to do,
hair ears.
Since my echo can float in the air, defying laws of physics, I will just have him floating above Robin, like kind of crouching down to be face to face kind of, and be like, that was fantastic. Oh, especially the part where you show them that you're better than he is.
Let's be quieter about that. I don't know if I want, but thank you, Lofus. I love you. The next drink is on me. I feed off of your compliments. Yeah.
I will disappear after that.
Lofus. Are you doing anything performance-wise? Because the platform that Robin left is still free. There's no spotlight on it, but it is free. I don't know if you were working up to that, or if you were just kind of congratulating Robin on doing a good job.
I was congratulating Robin. I do have something I can do. I was just waiting for the perfect time.
Perfect. Okay, Bay and Thoe, are you guys doing anything other than Thoe? I know you were conversing with Robin.
I mean, yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I mean, I would, if there needed to be something in that spot, I could do things in that spot, but she would not go up unless needed.
Yeah, Bay's sitting. I mean, Lofus, were you leaving to go fill that spot?
At this very moment, no.
Yeah, I was just gonna keep chilling. Did the kid leave my feet?
I will say the kid probably raced down to get a little bit closer to the action.
Okay.
You know, kind of like a lions and tigers and bugbears. Oh my, there's so much and I'm so small. So much to see, so far away. I'm tiny, I can get to the front if I really want to, kind of a personality kid, so you do have that spot free.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I'll stay there unless Lofus decides to leave. Then I might change my mind, but as long as he's sitting there. I'm going to see if can I see the kid? Or is it too many
You
people?
can see the kid. I'll say most people that started in the stands realized that not a whole lot was happening up top, so they don't really need to be as high as they thought they might. So a lot of folks have kind of went down to the standing room only. It's very cramped down there, but everybody feels like they can actually be immersed in what's going on.
Yeah, I don't want to. I get claustrophobic. I don't want to go down there if I don't have to.
Thoe, you're not gonna. There's an open spot on the stage. You're not gonna perform and show everyone what you can do?
Right. I mean, it's. What is the purpose? I
Well-
mean, they didn't pay you money, and it didn't help anyone. And I mean, it might have been fun, but it also could have gone terribly wrong, and he could have gotten very upset with you. And so,
Could have. But I mean, does everything in life have to serve like a purpose?
usually, right?
I mean, I find some of the greatest things that are ever in this world don't really serve any sort of particular useful purpose. And he gestures to himself like they're here to entertain.
Oh, are you insulting yourself right now?
I was. Yes, I was.
Oh, it's a joke.
It was. And jokes are always funnier when you explain them.
Right. I explain a lot of jokes.
Well, you tell jokes.
Not usually.
You should go up and share some of your observational humor. That's a whole style of comedy. You just like make observations on things.
Like what? Give me an example, please.
Oh, like, hey, isn't it funny that dragonborns breathe fire, but when they sneeze, they don't accidentally blow the tissues apart, you know? Things of that sort. Like, it's just sort of a cute observation. Many people laugh.
Wait, they breathe fire, but they don't blow the tissues? Oh, like the tissues would catch on fire? And you're confused as to why when they blow their nose, the tissue doesn't? Well, it probably comes from a different area because their nose has the nasal area with the mucus, but they breathe the fire out of their mouth, so that's probably why.
So maybe comedy is a no. Maybe we put a pin on that, of the comedy side of things. But is there anything else that you enjoy doing? Not something
I can
that...
turn into animals.
I'm sorry?
I can turn into animals.
Why don't you go do that? Show them some of the animals you can turn into. You don't even have to say anything. You could just go up there, wave to the crowd, and show them the powers of being druidic. Maybe the purpose is pulling people in to worshipping the earth a little bit more.
By turning into an animal.
By showing them what the earth has given you. By turning into an animal. I mean, unless you're afraid. If you're afraid, that's
I'm
fine.
not afraid.
No.
But isn't a circus like more like a show? Like the animal does tricks, and then you're like, "Yay! Look, the tiger just jumped through a flaming hoop."
I can make that.
There is an unlit hoop by the platform.
Okay, so I'll go up there, but you have to go up there too, and I'll jump through the hoop. But maybe I can cast fairy fire on. I can fire that doesn't hurt if I touch it.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got fairy fire. You don't even have to worry about it, all right?
Okay, sure. Yay!
Yay!
We have a plan.
We've got this.
Go wrong?
Not at all. Nothing could go
This is
wrong.
a great idea.
This is a great idea.
I'm super excited.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, and he will push Zoe up on towards the stage so that she's leading the way.
Okay. As he pushes her, she's going into tiger form.
Instant spotlight hits the platform.
Yeah.
As soon as you become a tiger.
And then if you can picture a tiger looking nervous and like
Crossy paws?
pause a little inward and awkwardly standing on the platform, like with a toe in, just unnaturally. Like this is the most awkward tiger pose on a platform ever created.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know they may look timid, but this is no ordinary tiger. From the deepest forest and jungles, this is a rare Tony tiger. This Tony the tiger may appear small and timid, but I assure you, in terms of predators, they are great. For For this death-defying stunt, this tiger here is going to be jumping through this hoop of mystical flame. And he'll go over towards it, and he will cast fairy fire for right now. And go over and take bits of probably bits of straw or something that's spread around the stage and sort of put it on the hoop, like put it everywhere along the hoop and things of that sort. Watch it as the fairy fire catches the straw and makes it glitter as well. He'll just cast it all over the hoop and be like, Tony the tiger, are you ready?
She kind of gives a imperceptible little nod and then goes to jump through the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
As well as she can. I should probably roll because I know what I'm doing next, but it's funnier if I roll for this.
I actually need performance checks from both of you.
All right.
Perfect. Lovely.
And I have a plus
performance
0 to
check from
performance,
the
so this
bard.
can only go well.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Are Zoe and Lofus still linked telepathically, even though Gunther isn't around?
You know what?
Oh,
Sure.
That's a good point.
I will mentally cheer her on and give her words of encouragement.
All right, that was a 12 for me.
Could you say that me building this up would give Zoe a bardic inspiration?
Yes, I would. Because I didn't make you roll for your performance because I was so taken aback as a DM. I did not feel the need to make you roll.
Zoe,
You have a D8 right now?
it's a D6. We're only
It's a
littles.
D6. Oh, that's right. We're
But
Littles.
as you go to jump through this hoop, a little bit of living flame manifests above your head. And as, let's see, magical inspiration. Okay, perfect. You can actually roll that again. The living flame gives you a little boost, but because this is an ability check, a skill check, you can actually roll that again because of the particular bard that I am, and then take whichever one you want. I'd vote higher, but live your life. The I
I'll
meant
take the nat 20.
I meant the inspiration, but
Oh,
I love where your head
Never
is
mind.
at.
Wowza.
Well, that's still a 12 plus instead of 2. Let's see what it ends up being. Oh, that's a 1. Let's take
Take the 2. Take the 2.
Yeah. That's a 14. That's not terrible.
Okay, and Robin, what was yours again?
A 13. I'm pulling my punch so that she shines.
Okay, perfect. You guys actually, you feel the whole tent get happier with this performance. They were already on cloud 9 after Robin finished up watching the accumulation of Robin's energy mixing with the already A-class performers on the tent floor. And you guys all get the equivalent of your long rest between the snail race.
Oh.
Time moves differently in the snail race corral. The speed at which the snails has caught up to you guys. And you all feel at home here for the first time here in the carnival. Almost like you have belonged here for a long time before you guys got here this evening.
I love it.
Yeah. And this show continues for an hour. So are you guys just kind of goofing off, Though turning into various animals, showing off? I can say you can have a hat for folks to deposit tips in if you'd like.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel bad about what I was gonna do, but I should probably follow through with it since before you said anything.
What were you gonna do?
Well, what I was thinking is someone who is not used to performing, who gets their first taste of performing, and the crowd being super excited about this, might sometimes go in the wrong direction. Anyway, what she was going to do was after she went through the hoop, she was going to improvise a little bit and turn around and give just a little infusion of danger for the crowd so they could gasp and try to knock him over down to like stand on his chest. So there could be that moment of terrifying danger.
You don't have to do it to Robin. Dressing room attendant number 1 is also standing there if you'd rather get someone else, but that's up to you.
No, Robin, because I would rather not have security guards kill me.
Okay. Yeah. Robin, are you letting this happen? Or
Oh, you bet your ass I'm letting this happen. Though, I'm gonna be like, easy, everyone, stay back. Tony the tiger is a terrifying tiger right now. And if they take one bite out of me, I'm gonna go from this to just a flake of a man. So everyone stay back. And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna whisper to Thoe, I was like, you're doing great. Maybe you should throw me through the hoop. That might be a good just way to end this, and then you can stand up and take a little bow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be great because I'm probably gonna roll really well for that. So I'll stand. She'll stand on his chest. She'll give a big old roar, and then grab him somehow. Sure, she's gonna grab him with her mouth and try to. Wait, were you holding the hoop?
No, there was a hoop.
Just suspended.
It was just. I imagine the hoop was
right.
just suspended. You jumped through.
Let's do it. Let's see how well this goes.
Perfect. You're probably gonna whiff this as a tiger, correct?
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely. I drop fairy fire and cast heat metal, and as she throws in that arc, I'm gonna actually set the hoop on fire. So if she whiffs this, it's gonna be.
This is great. This is such a good idea.
Because
is this athletics or acrobatics?
you know what? You choose.
You're using tiger stats.
A tiger's strength is +3, and strength would be athletics, and dex is +2. So either are better than my character. So we'll go for strength.
I was gonna say it's the difference between like you're like forcefully or you're like
yeah. We'll go for
kinda.
strength. I'm
like
just going to roll the straight D20 and add 3 because I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Take another bardic inspiration because I realized I've set this hoop on fire and he's a little squishy, so add another D6 to this roll.
Also,
right.
may say in the chat, make a yeet check. That's absolutely
Yeet.
what this is.
All right. Oh.
Nat 20, Zoe!
Yeah, but I didn't get to use the last one I rolled. Okay,
Oh.
so it's a nat 20 plus a bardic inspiration, which was a 3 plus the +3 for strength. So we're talking 26 here.
Holy crap, Zoe! That's amazing!
Wow.
I'm so proud of you, dude. That's awesome.
That is unreal. Okay. Zoe, are you doing anything else while you are currently on a roll, as it were?
Oh no. This is the person who just did their first show and just happened to nail it and do really amazing, and they're just
He is sitting in his seat, his jaw agape, just like, what just happened?
Okay, so she's gonna throw him through, and then she's gonna take a victory lap around the circus ring, but like jump
Yes.
over the ring right in front of the audience, and just a victory lap all the way around. It's probably gonna go terribly, but that's okay because that's what she's gonna do.
I will say this. As you are making your round, you make eye contact with Mr. Light, who has slowly started to lower himself back down towards the center of the ring as this hour of the Big Top Extravaganza comes to a close, with your absolute grandeur of a performance. And you are stopped halfway around by Burley the Bugbear, who makes eye contact also with Mr. Light. Burley the Bugbear was doing some feats of strength against a couple of Witchlight hands, probably involving barbells, dumbbells, throwing them great distances, jumping great heights, that kind of thing. Strong man, if you will. And Burley looks at you. Are you still in tiger form, Thoe, making your round?
Yes.
Burley will look at you and also look up into the stands to make eye contact with Lofus and Bay, and look back into the standing room only selection of folks at you, Robin. And kind of gestures for everybody to start moving forward as the rest of the crowd, with this victory lap, starts to gradually trickle out of the tent, seeing that this hour of the extravaganza is finally
They're
coming to a
calling
close.
us into the principal's office, essentially.
Burley looks at you, Thoe. Are you maintaining your tiger chic?
The audience is still there. Yes, I am in character.
You are still getting looks, yes. There are probably some disappointed children who, because they've never seen a tiger do a victory lap before. This is very new for them. So once you stop, they kind of go, "Aw," and they start to trickle out, with their parents, leaving popcorn crumbs behind. And Burley looks at you and goes, if you're free in a little bit, you should probably go to the staff area. Mr. Light and Mr. Witch would like to meet you. And he'll kind of back away and bow and head back to the dressing room area, followed by dressing room attendant numbers 1 and 2, respectively. And they kind of close the curtain to the dressing room area behind themselves. And lights start to come back up. The lights aren't as dimmed. There are not spotlights all over the place as there were when you first entered the Big Top tent for this extravaganza. And Mr. Light himself, as you all kind of gather in a small group at the outside of the main ring, will look at everybody, and his voice clearly carries as he twirls his vein-laden this is so hard, because do you still have yours, Robin?
Oh, absolutely. It's an object. It's an actual thing. Before he speaks, I'll look over to Thoe and just be like, Thoe, you don't...
He's still trying to, he doesn't have anything to prove, but he still notices that his scepter's looking a little small nowadays, and he stops twirling it like a baton long enough.
Do you want to trade these? Do you want the bigger...
Thank you, but I'll pass.
Sure. I'm just gonna leave this. He's gonna put it on the stage. He's like, there'll be a use. I'm sorry.
No, you keep it.
Okay.
And he extends his left hand to shake your hand.
Yeah, I will shake it. Thank you for understanding and being a good sport about it. I thought it would just be entertaining for the crowd, of sorts. So we love the carnival.
Mr. Light, my pleasure. And he retracts his hand and, may I? Looking at Thoe, still in tiger form, and he gestures like he wants to give you a pat on the head.
Oh, she puts her head down.
I imagine tigers to have very stout noses, so he probably puts the palm of his hand right on your nose and gives you a little pat. And he'll go ahead and do like a knighting motion with his scepter as well, both to you and Robin, Thoe. Burley will show you to the staff area in a little while. If you're hungry, I suggest going to the feasting orchard. I hear your friend was questioning between that and snail racing yesterday. By yesterday, time moves very differently here. I mean, earlier this evening. Forgot what game I'm running here, y'all. So, if you'll be so inclined, I'll be waiting. We'll be there to fetch you shortly. And he also starts to walk back to the dressing room area, and shuts the curtain behind him. You guys are all in a small group. There's only a trickling of folks still left in the big top tent. What are you all doing?
I believe he said to go eat.
More like just
That's what I
suggesting
heard.
that you all take a break while he has a minute to collect himself before your meeting.
That was Bay saying he
Oh.
was.
I will stand up, look down to Bay, extend my wings.
Down
and-
to Bay. Sir, you are missing 3 inches. Is Bay taller than you?
Wait, how tall is Bay?
I don't know. How tall is Bay?
One moment. Bay was like 6'4" is what I thought, but
Lofus.
Well, I stood up. I was assuming they were sitting down.
Alright. Okay.
If
I
they are,
was sitting down though, so
which
you're
is,
not wrong.
I will stand up, extend my wings, and glide to where Zoe is.
If most of the people are out by now, I'll drop my wild shape.
Okay. Thoe is Thoe once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, master performer, Thoisar. Did you see that? Jumping through a hoop of flame, throwing me through a hoop of flame, victory laps, and what purpose did it serve, Thoe?
Well, I mean, they were having fun, so it was probably good to just, follow along and not disappoint the children.
Not disappointing children. A fine purpose indeed. We've just been invited to the employee area and to go get some food. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before we go and do that? I feel like it would be rude to say no.
I
I'm
think
ready for anything.
food would be excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Robin, do you still... Who has the box with NM written on it? Do we still have the box?
Oh, I'm not sure. I remember I passed out the coins and things of that sort, so I assumed that I would have the box on my person, sort of attached to my belt and things of that sort.
Okay. Does Robin seem like the kind of PC that would keep his ticket in the ticket box
Yeah,
for safekeeping?
absolutely.
And the ticket box is strapped to your side by some sort of...
Strapped to my side, cinched up around it so no one could open it up without while it was there, because Mama didn't raise no fool. But sort of cinched to my side.
Funny enough, your ticket has managed to slip its way. I tried to blend slide and slip. Either way, it is outside of the box. ruffling itself along the ground in this mist that is on the bottom of the tent as it whoosh flies out the door.
He chases after it. No. Like he's off. He's off at a mad sprint.
Okay. Is everybody following Robin?
I guess if everybody else is, I'll be like, what's going on? Where's everyone going?
You can stay if you want, Bae. There's just nothing going on in the tent right now. That's all.
Oh, so like if nobody, like I don't know, it depends on if he just runs off. I don't know.
You all see the ticket. You know why.
Oh, okay.
It's not just him.
She would run after him.
Okay.
Runaway ticket. Let's go get it.
Okay. You guys are forced to sprint. This ticket is flying across the ground of the Witchlight Carnival. Oddly enough, all the way to the feasting orchard, where you guys were advised, grab a bite to eat. How convenient that it's here. But unfortunately, Robin, your ticket ends up inside, and there is a ticket puncher outside. And you cannot get in without your ticket.
Thoe, Lothis, Bae, I don't mind standing here. Would you all mind maybe going and grabbing my ticket or seeing if you could find it? And I'll just wait while the three of you maybe go enjoy a
like a stamp situation where we can go in and out, or if we leave.
So you can visit everywhere. There are enough stamps on your tickets for you to do everything once. So you can enter.
If we come back with Robin's ticket, we can still stay.
You can hand the ticket puncher the ticket and not be counted as leaving. Yes.
I mean, yes. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Do all of the tickets look exactly the same? The reason I'm asking is I can cast Locate Object. And it says, like, as long as I've seen it, a specific object known to you, as long as you've seen it up close. Which I've seen his ticket, but I'm wondering if they're all exactly the same, if it would be pinging all the tickets, or if it would be pinging just his ticket, if I'm specifically looking for his.
We'll say that, sure, Robin has dog-eared his ticket. So you know exactly which ticket this is that you're looking for.
While we were waiting for the show to start, I was practicing my autograph, just in case anyone asked me after the show. So the back of mine is just chock-a-block with Robin, like excising different letters and sort. Yeah.
That's where I got Robert from. You were just experimenting.
I was like, maybe Robert? No, that doesn't work.
I see. Okay, perfect. Robin, as all of your friends, your confidants, your fellow carnival goers enter this feasting orchard, as it were, you are suddenly taken aback by just how this place is. The fact that you are the only one that cannot immediately enter is not lost on you. Music and mirth radiate from this park at the end of the carnival. The heady sense of flowers. We've got mead. We've got berry pie. The scent is just wafting through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum.
I have to get in there. I have to get in there.
Everyone is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard can be seen laden on tables in front of everybody. Thoe, you did cast Detect Object?
Locate Object, correct. Yes.
Locate Object, okay. As you guys peruse the givings of the feasting orchard, Thoe, you immediately get a ping next to the foot of a gnome bard that is a part of the strumming. She has a small white gecko kind of draped across one of her calves as she sits crisscross applesauce. Her hair flowing in the wind, her bardic robes also flowing, almost as if the music is emanating from her person and not her musical instrument. And she, right next to where her calf meets the ground, where this lizard's dangling fingers almost meet the grass on this stump covered with moss that she sits on in the center of the feasting orchard under a tree in which some of these stilt walkers are grabbing various fruits from. Um, is Robin's ticket kind of stuck between her foot and the ground?
Oh, excuse me. My friend dropped his ticket. It blew away. Can I just pick it up? Do you mind?
Not at all. Go ahead. Nice to meet you, Thoey.
Nice to meet you too. I don't know your name, and I'm not sure how you know mine.
She quickly climbs up the tree and sits at a swing that hangs from a branch next to this branch. We'll say it has pears on it, kind of plucking the strings of her lute while eyeing everyone who has entered, leaving the ticket in its place on the ground if you'd like to just pick it up without invading her personal space.
We'll pick it up and I'll say, excuse me, what is your name? I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here.
She takes a bow from the branch that she sits on, her hair falling out of the messy bun that sits atop the crest of her head.
Eliwick Tumblestrum, at your service.
Eliwick? Eliwick?
Eliwick.
Eliwick. Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you too. Where is the box that my tickets came in?
The box? Your tickets? I don't...
Yes. I purchased the tickets for you all. Wasn't that nice of me?
It was, and how do you know us again?
Let's just say that you're exactly where and when you're supposed to be.
And she begins to play her lute again.
Okay, I'll be right back. Can I run out to where Robin is?
Yes.
Hand the ticket to him and basically give him a rundown of everything that just happened.
Sure.
And say, yeah, I'm not great with talking to people, and this sounds like a mystery that really needs someone who's better at talking to people to get to the bottom of, because she seems to know us. We don't know her, but the tickets are from her, and can you please help?
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to get in. If you could move out of the way, there's music and song and flowers, and this is kind of my jam. This is my aesthetic. Like if I had
but you're gonna follow me over to the
but let's move. Let's walk and talk. Let's.
Yeah.
Robin,
do I know who this person, this probably Faye, is? Eliwick Tumble.
You actually have never seen Eliwick, even though you're a Witchlight hand. This is the first time you have seen them.
Insight check.
The DM?
Sure.
No, not the DM. But,
I mean, my
I
DC
guess.
is pretty high, buddy.
Eliwick Tumblestrum. She's saying that she gave us the tickets.
You can, yeah. I'll let you know if she's lying or not. Go ahead and roll.
18.
18. As you are rolling, you do see your names kind of appear in the air as music notes make up Bay, Lofus, followed by Robin. She has already introduced that she knows Thoey, as she kind of hums to herself from up in the tree on this swing that she climbs down and sits on, kind of going back and forth like a child would do if pushed just right. She is not lying.
All right. Why did you give us the tickets?
Like I said, you're exactly where and when you're supposed to be.
And she begins to play her lute some more.
Not to stop your music playing, but exactly how many tickets did you purchase?
How many of you are there? Can you not count?
Let's see. There's one. There's two. There's Robin having a good time. There's three, and then there's four.
There were 5 tickets. Total.
See, it was a trick question. See, you did buy it for us. I accept it. Thank you.
And she looks at you, Robin. Oh, I see you've brought me the box.
I did. Yes, Thoy sort of filled me in on this. Thank you so much for purchasing tickets for us. And I have made sure the box is well taken care of and sort of all ship shape, squared away. Thank you again for the kindness. With no obligations found therein. Of course, we are utterly grateful for your hospitality and for no other reason.
She looks to Bay. Was it your box? I seem to be mistaken.
You could say that in, another.
And Ebb is a very popular set of initials.
Yes.
Robin, can you give me a history check, please?
Absolutely.
And anyone else who...
Watch.
I will just...
Get ready.
It's anybody who, if your character would have admired the plaques, in the ticket booth, you can also roll history, or Robin, you can take advantage. Whatever you guys want to do.
What's your history? Are we allowed to ask? Is that meta?
It's a +1, so it might be better if anybody that loves plaques rolls.
I was pretty determined that I was going to get another plaque for that guy, so I feel like I would have looked at him in order to
Absolutely.
To study them to know what they should look like. I have a +4, but it was only an 11.
Better than a 10.
It's simply because you don't have the gold to purchase plaques from the plaque store, obviously.
Ugh.
Lofus, Bay, are either of you guys rolling? Bay,
Lofus.
You have passed the ticket booth dozens of times. You have gotten a good look at all of these plaques. Lofus, you got a 17.
A -1, 18 minus. I'm so proud of him.
Good job, buddy. Bay, go ahead and roll. Let me know what you get.
What was it? A history?
History, yes.
18 as well.
Bay! Shockingly, you and Lofus are the ones that kind of pause, look at each other like, oh crap. As you both remember, when you were entering the Witchlight Carnival this time around, Nicholas's name plaque did not just say Nicholas. It said Nicholas Midnight. I guess you could say the entire time Nicholas knew exactly what was going on, but he didn't say anything. He's a good guy.
Is he aware that we are not the plaque givers?
Perhaps.
We're still giving him a plaque. Just want to.
We're working very hard.
know.
Yes, yes. I am so sorry. We desperately wanted to get in, and we saw an opportunity, and so we are, of course, deeply apologetic.
I'm sorry now that you know that it happened. I didn't really think about the consequences of my actions.
Now that I got caught.
Calico, that was the most genuine response. That, like, listen, I'm not sorry it happened. I'm sorry I got caught. Like, what do you want from me?
Oh, wow. I mean, everybody in this carnival has a purpose being here, some more than others. If you guys need help at any point this evening, you can stop by. I'll let the, ticket puncher know that you could get back in for free. But thank you for your apology. It's good to know that we got through to you somehow.
You're welcome.
Is Bay like twiddling his thumbs right now? Like
No, he put his paw up to his chest and did a little bow. It was just like you're welcome, feeling like he did a service by apologizing.
Is
Robin?
there anything that I could do to repay the debt?
I would suggest enjoying everything the carnival has to offer, starting with, and she looks behind herself, kind of through the branches of this tree that she is swinging in. And there's a fairy cake eating contest going on behind you guys.
Lofus is like, what up? Food competition. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Like I
I'm
said,
starving.
you're all here for a reason, but I wouldn't suggest doing it all on an empty stomach. But you know where to find me if you need me. And you guys swear you see her swinging 1 second, and then just an empty swing, swinging the next second with that small white lizard just sitting on the swing by itself.
You left the lizard?
I will pet the lizard.
Are you gonna try and climb the tree to get to the lizard that's on the swing that's hanging from this branch of pears?
How high is it?
I will summon my echo.
You put a cute lizard in a tree, and you didn't think that more than half the party was going to try to pet the lizard? You could have put that thing in the 9th circle of hell, and somebody would be like, well, I mean, I'm fire resistant, so, like...
Lofus, you don't even have to roll for this, buddy. There are, like, steps going up this tree. It is meant to be swung upon by, it's a gnome-sized swing, but you get up there just fine, and you're able to scoop the lizard if you want to. He can join you while you guys go on your fairy cake eating excursion, if you'd like. It kind of haphazardly licks one of its eyeballs.
Is the lizard and Thoe's fairy dragon giving side-eye to each other?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yep, absolutely.
She will not touch the lizard then. She will just give the fairy dragon a comforting pat.
Bunny Blossom is very content in this moment, and mentally requests to you that she would also like to enjoy some fairy cake. Do you guys want to participate in the actual contest, or do you just want to eat and then move on?
What are
Lofus?
you,
Wait, what's the
new?
contest?
Why not?
Like an eating contest?
An eating contest, yes.
Yes, I want to join.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you guys can tell there are trash cans everywhere. This contest runs repeatedly throughout the evening, and it costs a ticket punch to enter, but you've already gotten your ticket punch. You're already in here. And Eliwick's kind words, the person distributing the fairy cakes knows not to charge you guys extra. And the contest table is piled high, and we're talking several feet, with small glazed cupcakes, each filled with a dollop of berry custard. The goal is simple. Eat as many cupcakes as you can within 60 seconds. Okay? So it's 10 rounds effectively. Everybody needs to eat as many as they possibly can in 10 rounds. I will tell you guys how this works. A contestant can swallow a cupcake whole in 3 seconds, and you can safely eat as many cupcakes as 3 plus your constitution modifier. So, it is up to you guys if you want to enjoy additional cakes at the cost of maybe not winning, but you could also take custard damage if
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, with all... Okay, guys, I'm trying so hard to keep this PG-13, but with all the raw jokes earlier, and now we're taking custard damage, I can't help it, okay? I can only rewrite so much of this campaign. So yeah, 60 seconds, 10 rounds. You guys, it takes 3 seconds, so each round everybody can try to eat 2. So do your own math, 3 plus your con modifier for how many you can safely eat, and you all tell me how many rounds you want to attempt.
Okay, so let's say there's 10 rounds, right?
Yes.
How many rounds are there? 10.
There are
10 rounds of
Or
60 seconds or 10 rounds
10
of
rounds
6
of
seconds?
6 seconds to
6
make
seconds.
60 seconds.
To
We're,
make 60
we're essentially,
seconds.
there's no initiative to this, but we're
Okay.
treating it like combat rules around as 6 seconds.
Got it. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And eating a cupcake takes 3 seconds. So see, you can eat 2 cupcakes per round if you wish. This is very easy math that I did for myself.
Got it.
So-
All right. Well, he's never been one to shy away from a competition, so yeah, he's gonna go for the gold.
Okay. And I need everybody to tell me your con modifiers.
+2.
All right, so Bay, you can safely eat 5 cupcakes. If you want to go above that, you can. But I'll tell you what the saving throw is. Lofus,
3.
so you can safely eat 8 cupcakes. Robin,
1.
you can safely eat 4 cupcakes with dance breaks in between. There are dances popping up all over the place. You can play your instrument. I don't know, try and egg on the other contestants to make them distracted enough to not eat. You guys can do whatever you'd like to gain advantage on your saving throws, no matter what they may be. Alrighty, Thoey, what about you?
Same for me, 1.
All right. So, I am going to be making tally marks. You guys have a chance for each round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 60 seconds, okay? To eat 2 cupcakes if you wish. I just need a yes or no from everybody. Lofus, how many cupcakes are you eating round 1? We got 2 for Lofus. Robin.
Robin's gonna eat 2 cupcakes and then immediately realize this was a bad idea.
Okay. Bay.
2.
2 and Thoey.
2 cupcakes, please.
All right, round 2. Lofus. Also 2. Robin.
At another 2 cupcakes, he's going to realize he's full. His strategy is going to change. He wants to set up either Lofus, Bay, or Thoey for the win. He is going to leave his seat and go up to the other contestants and try to make them laugh, spitting up the cupcakes. So every subsequent round from here on in, I'm going to tell jokes while they're eating the cupcake to see if they can spit up the cupcake.
Okay. So there are 6 other contestants other than you guys. There's probably 10 total at this giant wedding-style table at the front of this orchard. At least 2 of them had less constitution than you all. We're talking...
All right.
Like they had negative modifiers to constitution, so 2 of them are out automatically. So we've got 4 left.
All right. I can set them up for a win. I got this.
So we've got 3 and 4. You are ducking out, Robin?
I'm ducking out with the sheer intent to make one of them win.
All right. Bay, are you doing your 2? And Thoey, you're also doing your 2?
Well, sort of. I think.
Okay.
Am I able to? This could be weird. Can I wild shape? And then eat my next 2 cupcakes?
There are no rules. Like, this is very different than snail racing. There is not a you cannot list anywhere. This is very, like, clearly the more mischievous pixies that want to cause more mayhem than fun organized this particular activity as they realize it could end badly. Snail racing, not so much. It is very safe, as long as you follow the rules. But eating too much has its pleasures in the mayhem community.
The only thing is, wild shape is an action, so it means I would lose a turn.
Okay.
Like, my 6 seconds would be turning into wild shape. But a tiger has a con of +2. Does that mean that I can get up to 5 cupcakes? Do I start over with the 5? Or
No.
the 2 that I already ate, does that already count?
The 2 you have eaten count. You can forego a 6-second turn if you would like to. Because you've only done 1 turn so far. So if you want to use this turn to turn, you can.
I'm going to use this turn to wild shape into a tiger.
Okay. What is your tiger's Constitution modifier?
+2. So that puts
Okay.
me to a 5 cupcake
So
max.
you can do 5. All right.
Yes.
Let me change this. And I will say, Thoe, kind of breaking the rules a little bit, Thoe can still eat 4, and this tiger can eat 5, because as far as you know, no one is exactly watching you. This is a Fae run event, so probably just as a counter is running up for everybody as the cupcake goes from your hand to inside your mouth and your hand is empty again. Kind of a situation. So you can get away with this if you want to, if you give me a sleight of hand check, perhaps, to try and get
you
away
mean I
with.
can also eat the cupcakes while I'm
You can
turning?
do
Sure.
9. I'm saying
Why
you can do
not?
9 total. So you have your 2 from Thoe, changing into the tiger, do 5 through the tiger, and then 2. Now I'm not saying you're
back
still
as
gonna
Zoe,
win.
okay.
You're not.
No,
I'm
no,
not saying you're
that's
gonna
good.
win, but you're diminishing your
okay.
chances of having to take custard damage.
Got it. Okay. So, but I
Okay.
get to do the 2 cupcakes this turn, or I have to wait till next turn for the 2?
You already did the 2, so next turn, as your tiger, you may eat 2 more.
Got it. Okay.
This changing took a turn. Okay.
But I'm at 4 total right now. 2 is Thoe and 2 is the tiger.
The tiger has not eaten. You use this
Okay.
turn to become the tiger.
That's what I thought. I was just double checking.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Robin.
what I planned. Yes.
Math. I'm using my fingers back here. There is no lies behind this DM screen. I'm a mess. Alrighty, Lofus, back to you, buddy. You're doing.
That's
You're
2 for
doing.
me.
All right. Faye, are you eating 1 more to get to 5? Because Lofus is looking pretty hot right now. Or you can do 2 and make a con save. It is up to you.
Make a con save.
Okay. Faye eats 2 more. Tell me what you get here.
12.
12, you pass. They successfully downs another cupcake past their con modifier. That's good. Thoe, as a tiger, would you like to eat 2 cupcakes?
I would.
Okay. And 2 more folks drop out of the ranks. There are now only 2 others other than you all that are going.
Do you want to hear the joke that I tell him to try to
I would.
spit out?
I would so much.
Hey, what does a clock do when it's hungry for cupcakes? It just goes back 4 seconds.
Is he cupcake goes all over his small stack in front of him, and he goes. He starts gulping water as fast as he can, and the guy next to him with his mouth full, kind of with chipmunk cheeks going on, slowly puts down the other cupcake that he was about to eat. His cheeks are red with strain as he tries to hold in his laughter, and he slowly begins to chew again to swallow the cupcake currently in his mouth.
I'll get him on the next run. I'll get him on the next one.
But he gets it down. And the other guy that's left at the end, he is cooking. He and Lofus are currently tied with 6 apiece. All right, Lofus, what are you doing, buddy? Same 2 again, because this puts you at your 8. At round 4, Lofus now has 8 cupcakes. Bay, are you going for another 2, or are you leaving it up to the... What are we thinking here, buddy?
I mean, do I feel sick? I feel fine, right?
You feel fine, but, I mean, you run the risk of throwing up. You're gonna have to roll 2 more con
I can
saves.
run fast. 16.
16 for 1, okay. And for your other one? Or are you just doing
roll
1 to
2.
be safe? Yeah. You can stay at 7. Cause
Yeah, I'll stay at 7.
Okay, because I was gonna say everybody who throws up forfeits their points. So Lofus can be fine at the end of 10 rounds, but if he throws up,
Okay, yeah, I'll
you
stick
can still
at 7.
win. Okay, alright. Thoe, are you doing another 2 as a tiger?
Yes.
Okay. And the last guys at the end, are you doing anything for them, Robin?
Hey, what do you get a man with the heart of a lion? You get him a freaking lifetime ban from that zoo.
Fine. It is just the guy with the red cheeks.
All right.
I suppose.
I'll get him. All right.
All right, Lofus, you are maxed out. In order to get any more, I need a con save per cupcake.
That's 2.
That's 2. All right. And you have DM inspiration this session if you want to use it too, so...
What exactly does DM inspiration do?
Advantage.
Advantage? And that's only for one roll?
One roll. Mm-hmm.
11?
11 makes it. Okay.
10?
10 also barely makes it.
Oh, Bubba!
All right, buddy. Lofus is officially at 10 after round 5. Bay, are you sticking with 7? You don't have to, like, duck out like Robin did. But you don't have to eat me more unless you want to.
Yeah, I have 2 more.
All right, 2 con saves.
17,
Good.
10.
Good. Okay. And then, Thoe, you had 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 1 more as a tiger. Do you want to eat that and shift back?
2 so that... No, I'm going to eat 2 as the tiger and make a con save as a tiger. So what I'm going to have to roll is a straight d20 and then add 2 to it because I can't roll it.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah. That's a 14 plus 2.
Good.
16.
Perfect. All right. Thoe, still in tiger form, is now at 8. We have Bay with 9. We have Lofus with 10. The guy at the end also has 10. Robin, you want to try?
Both hands on the table. Look in that red-faced, red-cheeked guy right at the end. And I'm going to make full eye contact with him. And I'll be like, did you know that I won the award for best knock-knock joke of all time? I won the Nobel Prize.
Okay. I am judging this by if I laugh. So you're gonna have
All right. I'll get him on the next one.
you're gonna have to try really
I'll get him on the next one.
I can't do like water in my cheeks, but you'll hear the if I like, you know what I mean? And I'm honest. You know, like I said, no lies behind this screen.
I got 6 seconds, right? Would you let me try one redemption joke to see if I can make Mother of Cats?
Technically everybody else gets 2 cupcakes. Fine.
Okay. Mother of Cats?
Mm-hmm.
What do you call a canine magician? A labracadabrador. That, come on! All right, fine. Okay, all right.
So hard.
Oh, okay, all right. All right.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll give that to you. Actually. So the last guy is frozen at 11. Okay?
Perfect.
He cannot go on. The man does not have enough hit points to take any more custard damage. So, your level 3 is going up against level 1s here. Okay? So, Lofus, are you eating any more?
Bay's only 1 behind me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I eat 2.
Ooh.
Okay. 2 con saves.
That's a 15.
Good.
And a 19.
Okay. Lofus.
And can I action search?
Cupcake action search.
Sure.
feel like
You want to
vomiting?
try another 2 cupcakes? That's fine. Go for it. You're at 12 right now.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on this one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. DM inspiration.
Okay.
There we go.
So that would have been the inspiration one,
Yep.
and I would have only eaten the one. The
Just
one
the
additional.
one. So you're at 13? All right. Bay, sticking it
I'm
9.
conceding. I'm conceding, yes.
You're conceding.
I look
Hey,
Bay in the
Now
eyes
that
when
I
did
know
that.
that Lopus is probably going to win, since the other guy is stuck at 11.
Yeah, and that was
I'm not
bad
gonna
math.
risk embarrassment.
That was bad math. I meant to say stuck at 10, but we're good. He hasn't necessarily eaten every single round. He's taken breaks. All right. Thoe, tiger still?
2 more as a tiger, and I'm gonna make both of those con saves. I'll just roll the 2d20s, and we'll add 2 to each of them.
Okay.
That's faster. Ooh. All right. So one is a 17, is a 19, and then the other is only a 6.
Okay. Thoe, as a tiger,
Tiger
you
projectile vomit.
you take 6 custard damage as your tiger barfs a bit.
Okay. So do I get credit for 2 cupcakes, but I just take 6 damage?
You do not get credit for the one that made you throw up.
Oh, got it. Okay. So that's 1 and 6 damage. Got it.
Yep. How many tallies do you have for yourself right now?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Good. Okay.
Can you please have thrown up on the kids that were so excited to see the tiger from the
Yes.
big top? Like,
Absolutely.
okay.
Alrighty. You wanna... He's gonna try to eat another one, this last guy, Robin. If you have another joke.
I have 2.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna save the zinger. Because I really like it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk up to him. And hey, why can't a hand be 12 inches long? Because then it'd be a foot. And then I'm gonna get real close to him if that doesn't do it, and just get real close. I'm gonna be like, the past, the present, and the future walked into a bar. It was tense. Come on! It's a grammar joke! It was tense past tense.
I mean, he's still behind. He's still behind Lofus. So, but he angrily puts down the second cupcake, afraid to take the risk.
Good.
Lofus, what are we working with here, buddy? You doing another 2?
I'm gonna watch. I'm not gonna quit per se. I'm just gonna watch because I believe I'm up above everybody else so far.
You are.
13. I want to watch. I'm gonna take this turn to watch.
Okay. Bae, are you eating anymore?
No.
You watching Lofus? What about you, Thoe?
2 more as a tiger.
2 more as a tiger. Okay.
All right. Here's my 2d20s.
You guys have been rolling insanely well for this, by the way. I
only got credit for 1 cupcake because the first one was a 13. But the 13 plus 2, 15. But the second one was like it disappeared, but it wasn't high. It was like a 4.
Okay. Alrighty. Thoe at 10. The last guy, Robin, just looking into your eyes with despair.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at him back. Say, in all seriousness, you have to be careful about overeating. You know, my father, he actually died from drinking furniture varnish. You know, and it was a terrible end, but a beautiful finish.
He flips the table. And cupcakes rain over you, Robin. And he just storms off. Kind of throwing his hands in the air, still mouth half full of a bite of cupcake that he wasn't able to finish. Lofus, Bay, and Thoe, you guys are the only ones left.
How much damage should I take on that second cupcake?
4. Sorry, I didn't
4.
tell you.
Okay, no worries.
I'm like done, so I go over to Robin. I say, "Listen, I didn't want to interrupt what you were doing, but I need to run this joke by you and tell me what you think of it, okay?"
Absolutely. Happy to be a joke lifeguard. What you got?
So, I always thought this was funny, but I've always been afraid to tell it because I'm not sure, just to me, or it would be to other people. So here we go. It's a man walks into a zoo. There's only one dog. It's a Shih Tzu. How do we feel?
We feel great about that.
Okay. See, I've always wanted to perform that one, but I don't know. My siblings always told me it was dumb.
No, it's not dumb at all. I'm just sad. I'm just sad you kept it now. We could have done that at the Big Ten.
I know, but I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to be stealing anyone's thunder, so
No.
I don't know if it would have made him laugh or not.
No,
but
it makes me. I love it. And permission to use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next time I hear you say it and someone else laughs, I will feel validated.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got one in my back pocket that I usually keep. Is how do you know when a Haragon is in a good mood?
How? I'm afraid to be insulted, but let's hear it.
Well, he's happy.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. I gotta just like smack you on the back.
Oh, so good. Well, with that, I will just ask you guys, is anybody else doing anything? Because, I mean, we can go past the 60 seconds if you guys want. Otherwise, Lofus is winning.
Do you want my
can
cupcake,
accept that.
Lucas? The last few I have.
I'll save them for later.
There are baggies provided. You can absolutely take a few glazed fairy cakes with you. That sounds good.
I look around. Is there any sort of prize or anything? Is there a ceremony?
So, Eliwick actually comes over to approach all of you guys. I'm not necessarily in charge of this contest, but unfortunately the Pixies needed to head over to their wagons for an emergency meeting. Here you go, I suppose. I mean, good job, I guess. And she hands Lofus, a small jar. We'll say a small Tupperware. With a cork lid. And it says on the front, Potion of Invisibility.
But there's no fanfare. He won the contest.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, after that guy flipped the table, everyone was a little scared. So, and she kind of like looks around and all the tables are like empty.
Do you mind? Lofus, I'll hand it to you. I'll hand it to you back.
I give the potion of invisibility to Robin.
Yeah, 2 seconds. All right? I've still got the staff, yes?
You set it down. Did you pick it back up?
I picked it back up. Because he was like, no, you take it. So I've still got the staff. I will turn into Mr. Light. And be like, ladies and gentlemen, good people of the Witchlight surface, standing before you is Lofus, champion of cupcakes. I hereby knight him this day, Lofus, pirate captain of all that is fairy cakes. Accept this gift on our behalf. 3 cheers for Lofus.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip.
I'd like to thank everybody here, especially my best friend Robin, for bringing merriment and joy. I did not laugh at any of the jokes and lose my cupcakes because I've heard all these jokes already and done it before prior. Thank you.
Oh boy. Alrighty. Well, Lofus, with that, my friend, you have a potion of invisibility. Do with that what you will.
Oh, buddy.
I'm terrified that you have it.
Oh, buddy. You're gonna...
I do have a question about the potion of invisibility.
Sure.
Would my echo also be invisible? If I create an echo in the image of myself, but I'm invisible, would it then mimic nothing and still have the properties of?
Isn't it funnier if it? I can't tell what's funnier if you're both invisible or if one is visible and you just keep.
That's even better.
Okay. I am going by the wording of this. Anything you wear or carry. Okay. Unfortunately, your shadow is not attached to you physically. So I'm gonna say no. But also I like that mechanic. I like that a little too much. Okay. Well, since you guys did that, I will say this. As you guys finish up, before you finish with your little fanfare as Mr. Light, are you still Mr. Light?
No,
Robin?
I immediately I'll find a tree to duck behind and turn back
Perfect.
to Robin. But I'm so proud of Lofus. I'm just beaming. I'm smacking him on the shoulder and things of that sort. So
As you duck behind a tree, Eliwick goes the other direction and does not come back out the other side. You guys cross paths, but you emerge yourself, and Eliwick emerges as nothing. Poof. Eliwick is gone once again. You guys notice that on this tree, there are small postings. So you guys have noticed, as you have kind of traveled around a little bit, there are small stalls, as I was discussing with you guys last time, as kind of actual carnival games. So we have a Mirage ring toss, which Bay is hilarious because it kind of looks like Bay with this little, so it's a rabbit with a unicorn horn. We've got Catch the Dragon by the Tail. We've got a gnome poetry contest. So you versus a gnome. And then we've got goblin wrestling. We've got guess the number of feathers on cockatrices. And we've got outstare the Cyclops.
oh my god.
So, I will say this. As you guys are looking at the tree, is anybody looking at anything other than what is on the tree?
No, are you kidding me? All of those fun things are where there could be a solar eclipse, the sun could be crashing into the moon right now, and I'd be like, yes, but the Cyclops staring contest.
You hear in your right ear, Robin. Ah, what a good way to pass time while one is waiting. Carnival games. Such a joy. As Mr. Light's voice kind of goes in one ear and out the other. As you see at your feet, a tinge of green mist starts to reconvene as Gunther regains a form next to you all, his eyes spinning mercilessly, almost as if he is dizzy from the journey he's just been on. And that is where we're going to end our session this evening. If any of those games sound interesting to you, send me DMs. And I will let you know how they work, so you can prepare. Because a couple of them aren't just like the poetry one. You have to have a poem. I wasn't just gonna.
Oh, you bet your butt. That's the one that stands out. Gnomish poetry, absolutely.
I would like to tell chat next week, if we start with gnome poetry, this is going to be a slam poetry slam off between myself and Scribe. Because I also have to write poems.
Anything is a slam poem if you say it like this and use this.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that'll do it for tonight. We went a little bit quicker than I thought. Are we rating anybody?
Yes,
Indigo?
we sure are. Let's go over to Classy F and Gamer.
Perfect. Alrighty, well, chat, thank you all for being here. Indigo Connect, let's heart hands out, y'all. Alrighty.
And